It is such a pleasure to be with you all this morning. You all inspire me. And, you know, Greg mentioned the things that I do. I always say that, you know, being a woman in the city council, being a black woman in the city council, being a black woman speaker in the city council, being the first mother and grandmother and wife in the city council, there is a perspective that I bring. And I'm not ashamed to speak about that perspective. It is a very selfish perspective because I don't know if you all have been watching, but we legislate very differently in this new city council thing with this first women majority and the most diverse. The most diverse majority in the history of the city of New York. We do things a little bit differently, and I always tell my members that we don't do anything unless we lead by experience, and that is what you are seeing. So our legislation, our intentions are strictly selfish in the things that we do. So what we do for workforce, what we do for black maternal mortality, what we do for children in education, and what we do for elders in healthcare, and what we do for transportation and movement for those of us that are in transit deserts, and what we do for affordable housing and building comes from those places of deficiency in which we live. And so that is the perspective that we bring in experience and work in the city council. Now, I didn't read a thing off this sheet yet, and my intention is to get here, so let me go ahead and get here. I thank you all so much. Employment and Training Coalition, you are doing a phenomenal job of equipping New Yorkers with the skills, the tools, and support they need to thrive in the workforce. I have to acknowledge this morning, and she's been mentioned several times, the person that kicked you off this morning is the person that I most love to twin with, and that is my majority leader and sorority sister, Amanda Farias. I also acknowledge my colleagues who are here today. I do see one of them. I see Councilmember Alexa Aviles here. Good morning. I don't see any of my other colleagues here, but I know that some of them are coming. They're on their way. I also want to recognize our nonprofit providers and community partners in this room this morning, all of whom are working very hard every day to create a brighter future for everyone who calls our city home. Unlocking access to opportunities for New Yorkers has always been a top priority for the council. When we help people reach their full potential and connect them to good jobs, we are not only strengthening our workforce, but also the local economy and our communities. Key to our efforts is building a strong and sustained pipeline of talented New Yorkers who can join our municipal workforce, carve out a path in an emerging industry, or even start their own small business. Like those in Hot Bread Kitchen, love y'all in Hot Bread Kitchen now. But there is no better place to start than CUNY. One of our city's best engines of mobility. I am a CUNY baby from York College, my first year and a half. My dad graduated from CUNY York College with a degree in economics. My husband graduated from CUNY York College with an MIS degree. We are CUNY babies around here. The council has consistently championed investments in CUNY to ensure it can remain a hub of educational and economic opportunity. And one of my proudest accomplishments as speaker is launching CUNY Reconnect. It's a program, thank you, it's a program to engage and re-enroll working-age New Yorkers who have earned college credits but left college before they actually graduated. I lived that life as a college student at a young age when my father drove an 18-wheeler during the day when he was working for UPS. and he went to York College at night. When I graduated from high school, I was a York College student during the day, so my dad and I were students at York College at the same time. However, he was at school in the night and I was at school in the day. It was not a cool thing for your dad to be in school with you when I was growing up. I just must say that. Sorry, Dad. But that is kind of the inspiration for CUNY Reconnect. I say we legislate what we live. Reconnect has served, as of this fall, more than 40,000 students, the majority of whom are women and people of color. More than 3,000 CUNY Reconnect students who returned to college through the program have already graduated. Imagine that. This is an incredible milestone. And with the ongoing support of this council, this crucial program will continue to open new pathways for New Yorkers for generations to come. But we can't stop there. As we make higher education more accessible, we must also invest in programs that support young people who are out of work and no longer in school. That's why the Council is proud to have expanded funding to the Renaissance Technical Institute program, which provides vocational training to young people at public housing developments across our city. We're also strong supporters of continuing to grow career and technical education programs in our city's public schools, because fields like carpentry, electrical, and other trades can provide a path to the middle class. On the other side of the pipeline is access to opportunities that can help New Yorkers build successful careers and support their families. The civil service has long been a pathway to economic stability, particularly for Black and Latino communities. And that's why strengthening our municipal workforce has been a council priority since day one. We established a Civil Service Ambassador and Public Service Corps program with the goal of improving recruitments into this workforce. We passed legislation to make it easier for those in our correctional system to take the civil service exam. And in partnership with the administration, DC 37, and other elected officials, we hosted dozens of hiring halls across the city to fill vacant city jobs. Another focus of ours is addressing persistent gender and racial wage gaps in our municipal workforce, which is driven by the concentration of women of color in job titles that consistently provide lower wages. Our latest pay disparities report found that for every dollar earned by a white male city employee, all other workers earn, on average, just 82 cents. It's true. While this is a complicated problem that requires long-term solutions, the Council has enacted multiple packages of legislation that seek to boost opportunities and narrow this persistent pay gap. Beyond the municipal workforce, we're really proud of the work we've done to support MWBEs, expand SYEP to 100,000 young people, and fortify our industrial sector. Last year, the Council passed a law requiring the city to develop a citywide industrial development strategic plan every 8 years. The industrial sector offers mid to high wage jobs that often do not require a college degree. People of color make up 80% of this workforce, making this sector a leading pathway for economic advancement. By supporting industrial growth, the city can better address equity, entrepreneurship, and small business development. Despite the progress we've made together, there is still so much more to be done to expand access to good-paying jobs and strengthen the pipeline for all New Yorkers. We must continue to invest in our municipal workforce and protect the essential services they provide to our communities. As we look ahead to 2025, I want us to remain vigilant. It is imperative that we do not lose focus. We must remain focused on our collective goal of uplifting New Yorkers, of uplifting our economy. Our diverse communities must also be uplifted. We can only do this together with a partnership of government, advocates, providers, labor, employers, and all stakeholders. As we continue to explore, map out, and advance those strategies, I look forward to our continued collaboration to improve the lives and opportunities for all New Yorkers. We have a lot to look forward to. In spite of what anybody may tell you, in spite of the negativity that anybody may put into you, do not accept the negative. You've already lived the positive. Let's keep on living in this positive. Let's make it happen together. Thank you.